Thanks for tuning to the Smartalecs Instagram. Make sure you click the link in the bio, like, subscribe. You know what to do. Thanks for tuning to the Smartalecs YouTube. We appreciate the love. Make sure you subscribe. Once again, we appreciate the love. Thumbs up. All that good stuff for the algorithm. So, really, guys, we really talking about Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley? Are we really talking about this being like a real fight? 8 rounds? I don't know any professional fights that win 8 rounds. Like, why are all of a sudden, this guy Jake Paul, he's a YouTuber, okay? YouTube turned boxer, and he's not a boxer. He doesn't box. These fights are not real fights. I mean, this Tyron Woodley is the closest thing to a real fight. And once again, it only went 8 rounds. A pro fight goes 12 rounds. It's a 12-round fight. Like, I don't know where these 8 rounds is coming from. Where do these 8 rounds come from? I don't know. It's like they're making up new rules for this white boy. I don't understand this shit. But regardless, it was a split decision. They gave him the win because old boy should have beat his ass, and he did. Are they setting this up for a rematch? Probably, because I don't think the boy can box. I'm just going to keep it real with you. I don't think he can box all that well. I think that his competition, all of his competition, none of them had any reach. All right, so he's had to reach over all of them, as well as size and height. He's been taller than everybody that he's fought as well. So, I mean, I would like to see him fight somebody his height, his weight, I think Mr. Woodley might have been around his weight, but he definitely didn't have the same height or the same reach. I think that's the only reason why he lasted as long as he did in that fight, is because he did have the height and the reach. But I don't consider Jake Paul a boxer. That's just me personally. No disrespect to the brother, nothing of that nature. At this point in time, 4 fights, 3 of them being against nobodies. This is the first actual fight that I've seen you in, and wasn't that impressive. Once again, it was a split decision, and it was only 8 rounds. Like, I seen he did catch him with a nice clean hook, but I don't know. I think it was it was a bag. And I think this may be the future of sports now. Instead of going out to the boxing camps and the boxing and the fighting, gyms and shit like they used to get fighters to fight. Now they're going on YouTube and picking motherfuckers off of YouTube who have a few knockouts, in which, once again, one of the greatest fighters I've ever seen on YouTube, Kimbo Slice, came from YouTube, but Jake Paul is nothing near a Kimbo Slice. And that's why I'm saying, like, he's getting all this love and all this shit. And in my opinion, it's only because, he's white. Because he's not that good. Like, he's not that good. For Kimbo Slice to get an opportunity for some shit like this, he had to knock out, like, 20 niggas on the internet. Like, I remember just watching, I was watching his fights, like, damn, why won't nobody pick this nigga up? Like, nobody's gonna get this nigga some type of deal to fight or something? This nigga fought 100 niggas before UFC or anybody actually was like, hey, you know what, let's give you an opportunity so you can actually fight and make some real money. This nigga Jake Paul beat up one motherfucker on YouTube, and this nigga has had nothing but title bouts from that point on. It's definitely a difference between how Kimbo Slice came up and how Jake, but we all know how this system works. It's always easier for, the Caucasians than it is for us Negroes, because once again, Kimbo Slice was knocking niggas out left and right. And it took him years to get an opportunity to fight. And this nigga Jake Paul beats up one person on YouTube And now he's been all over the place with all type of fights and shit. So, it is what it is. But in my opinion, he's not a boxer. I would rather see him doing UFC. Because in my opinion, he's not a boxer. He wants to be a boxer, in which, if you keep practicing and you keep fighting real fighters like Tyron Woodley and maybe others, then I'll think about giving him, and saying, oh yeah, he's a pro boxer. But right now, in my opinion, he's still a YouTuber who's getting fights. Whoever his team is, he got a mean team behind him. But you're not a boxer, man. He's not a boxer. He's a YouTuber who's getting fights. That's how I look at it. So, just my opinion on the Tyron Woodley thing. Make sure you drop a comment. If you disagree, man, let me know. If you think that Jake Paul is the next coming and he's going to be the next big thing in boxing, shit, tell me shut the fuck up. Let me know. But at this point in time, I can't tell you that I would be able to agree with that, because I don't at all. I think it was a waste of time. But it wasn't a waste of money, because somebody got paid. Okay, somebody made some money. So, somebody had to eat. Somebody had to pay their bills. So, at least somebody's bills got paid. But other than that, that shit was corny and it was weak. And Jake Paul isn't a real boxer. Thanks for tuning to the Smartalecs YouTube. Really appreciate the love. Make sure you subscribe, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Thanks for the love. Peace.